I remembered where we parked. That's right. I'm usually really bad about it, but I remember this time.
What to think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer.
Hit the road. This is private property. You know that guy went to jail for like some type of sexual thing? He was arrested for it. This is private property.
Never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack. Kill it anyway. To blame. Wake it through back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Wait a second. Did Ryan Upchurch claim that he was having a meeting with former... Wait a second. Let me read this comment again. Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, Ryan Upchurch, claimed that James Clapper came to his house and hung out with him. That's the claim now. Anyways, let's roll the intro. We'll have to deal with that later. We got other things to talk about.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Oh, shit. I forgot to change the thing. Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. Sorry, I'm checking on a 3D print as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'm not covering Ryan Upchurch tonight. We're not going to get carried away on just Ryan Upchurch because I got to end early tonight. I got to be up early in the morning, and I've got other things to cover. But I was just scrolling through his thing, and there are people in his comments claiming that he said he was sitting at his kitchen table with James Clapper, the former Director of National Intelligence, was at his kitchen table. And then I saw this. His post says, at this point in time, it's looking like the Kylie Rodney case was a fraudulent money laundering extortion scheme gone wrong, which is why everyone's scattered. Wow, insane, with like 5 E's. Now, why is it looking like the Kylie Rodney? Because Ryan made it up. This is him texting somebody, and it says, bro, I'm not sure this court case is authentic. I was thinking about it last night. I have never gotten a letter in the mail, nor seen an actual document involving it. Maybe that's why Cynthia Sherwood, his impressive Nashville lawyer, maybe that's why Cynthia didn't want to go to court. Maybe it's what the government is talking about on TV, all the election fraud with the courts. You think that your slander case, your defamation case, is part of election fraud. So whoever he's talking to says, oh, well, what do we do now? What do we do? And he responds, because the website said terminated, then I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Cynthia left me hanging. Caught left me hanging. I don't know what there is to do. I don't know anything. She was handling everything. I don't know the status of it or anything, and I don't know how to find out. Now, this is an absolute lie. The day Ryan was supposed to be in court, the night before, right? The night before, he said, I'm not going to that courtroom. I know what you guys are trying to do to me. Like as if it was supposed to be like some hit or they were going to kill him. And that was the night before he was supposed to go to the pretrial meeting or whatever, right? He didn't go. He tried to get another lawyer. The other lawyer said, yeah, I can represent you. I'll do what I can. And then he told Ryan to shut up about the case. Ryan wouldn't shut up about the case. So he's like, he called him back the next day and said, I saw what you put on the internet. I can't help you. And then Ryan got mad about that. So then he says, and I don't know how to find out. He does know. He can check. He can get mail. Cynthia Sherwood was his attorney. And when this all started, Ryan Upchurch said, send it to Cynthia Sherwood. When everybody was talking about, like, the family's going to sue you. He said, my lawyer, Cynthia Sherwood, sent it to her. She had it. These are things an adults would have to reach out to their attorney and be like, hey, I need to know how to handle this now that you're no longer handling it, or forward it to my new lawyer or whatever. And then the person responds, yeah, well, the other lawyer said they haven't reset a date yet. And he says, see what I mean? Laugh out loud. Well, the second lawyer that you tried to hire that quit after 1 day told you that there hasn't been a date set yet because you missed the last pretrial conference. And they haven't reset a date yet, which you're probably going to get reamed out for missing that first one. And he says, see what I mean? What do you mean, see what I mean? So because the date hasn't been set yet, it's a election fraud case now, suddenly? Seems kind of wild, but whatever. Ryan fucking Upchurch. I would love to see the video where he talks about James Clapper. God, I want to see it. I want to find it. I don't know where it is, and I don't have time to look for it. But James Clapper sitting at his kitchen table. Where did I just see that at? I think it was in his stories. Hold on. Oh, here it is. And after all that history, we end up with Jerry. The very Jerry that said ex-National Intelligence Director James Clapper was sitting at his kitchen table a few days ago. Man, don't your ancestors have something to be proud of? And he says, yes, they actually do. Thank you for realizing the situation. So apparently he said this somewhere, and he's not denying it either. Like, he's just like, yeah, they do. James, why would James Clapper be at Ryan Upchurch's house? Why would he even claim that? You think he's talking to that conspiracy cop, and the conspiracy cop like, I know James Clapper. He worked for Obama. I can get him at your house or something. I don't know. Where the fuck does this guy come up with his meth-fueled whatever? This is insane. In-fucking-sane. Yes, I do have to be up in the morning early, so that's something we got to do. Let me see. Where is this? There was more stuff about the... You guys remember the kitchen table video we showed? Or I'm sorry, the kitchen table. It was the couch. The couch video. So there's more people that have to do with this couch scenario. It was an Instagram video. And what was that account? Because I've seen more now. Yeah, J Cults. You guys remember this video I showed you? I saw another one the other day. It's under some... I thought this was like a fake account or some shit, or an account that just showed a bunch of viral videos. And maybe they do. But there's more of that crackhead family. I just saw one. And it's basically exactly what you think the crackhead family would be doing. Like, they're arguing over some other shit. Holes in the walls. What did it pop? I didn't save the link because I was like, I don't know if I want to go back and watch it on the show, but I did. After I watched, the Tim and Patty show. That's what it's called. The Tim and Patty show. Oh, there's parts to it. Part 1. Let me get you some audio.
It was laying like this.
This is Tim.
I found this on my back porch, right here behind this angel. Last week, it was laying like this, back here behind me. I moved this angel
And what do you think it is?
last week to pressure wash the back porch.
And what do you think it is?
I don't know, but my fucking stomach started hurting real bad when I fucking picked it up.
Really?
Yeah, really.
And you said it's a what?
I don't know what the fuck it is. I would like to find out what it is, what it means, because it's some little figurine man in there.
A fucking mason jar.
Baking soda in the jar.
It's a mason jar with like some little figurine in it, and he said there's baking soda in it too.
And what, you think that somebody's trying to put a curse on you?
I don't know. That's what I want to find out. It ain't fucking funny. You see me fucking laughing? You know, who would do that shit? And it was corroded.
He's asking AI through voice chat, and there's a TV playing in the background that's picking up half this shit. And it was corroded.
And when I picked up the jar, I started feeling sick at my stomach. I think my wife has put some kind of spell on me. Do you know what kind of spell this is?
Thank God he asked AI.
This spell that you put on me.
I ain't done no spell. I swear to
The
God.
hell you ain't.
What does it say to do? What does it say it does?
What a princess. By the way, support the show. The mods have the links.
It says from the neighbors is what I see.
It says it's from the neighbors.
Yeah, listen. And witchcraft, and somebody puts a little figurine man in a jar. What does that mean? Okay, don't stop it. Let me do it. Hey Siri, would you please tell me when witchcraft, when somebody puts a man
How am I
in
stopping
a
you?
jar, in a figurine, would you please tell me what that means?
She's nodding out while talking.
I found it.
Holy shit. So that's part one.
Right here behind this.
So sad.
Part two.
See
I'm
that?
trying to get rid of me.
You see what it says?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of me is what it is.
It says, against adversaries, it calls upon divine force to deliver justice. It can be chanted to reinforce the spell's intent. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. And save me from all them that persecute me and deliver me. By aligning your souring jar spell with the appropriate days, times, and psalms, you'll harness a deeper layer of spiritual power, enhancing the spell's effectiveness.
What does it say?
That ain't no joke.
Tell me what it says, please.
That ain't
What
no
part?
joke.
Please tell me.
All right, while you watch this, I got to change the filament, okay?
With spells
Please tell me what it
from
says.
Psalms, causing a very powerful
What does it say?
Spell.
Would you read it to me?
with the jar.
Well, would you read it to me? I don't want to hear it.
No, get away from me, Patty.
God damn it, man! I'm talking, Lisa. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn right, you need to call
Man, you're
Lisa
so
right
fucked
now.
up. You're so fucked up, man. You're so goddamn fucked up.
What do you think? That I don't.
God's
yeah.
got me. God got me, so I don't give a damn.
No, something else has got you. It ain't God. You casting spells?
You're casting spells?
So sad. Yeah,
You see that?
I'm trying to get rid of
This is wild, dude. I swear this reminds me so much of my childhood. At other people's houses. My parents, especially my dad, did a lot of drugs when he was young. But once he had kids, he was like, that was it. That's why he was done.
December. In Jesus' name I pray.
You think this shit's a joke. I know. You putting it on TikTok and all that shit. This ain't a fucking joke to me. You're not the one that picked the jar up and started fucking feeling like somebody hit you in the gut. And then she's sitting here trying to get me to do stuff. Really? Why?
Because it says
You put your finger in it.
it'll cleanse you, Lord. In Jesus' name I put it on.
Lord, in the name of Jesus, you're doing a spell.
Yeah.
In the name of Jesus. Get thee behind me, Satan. You better quit doing that. You don't do that. There's nowhere in the Bible that it says for you to do that.
So what'd you do with the jar?
So sad. You're a sad piece of shit.
How? You're sitting there saying and
What is this tape hanging from the vent?
doing something in
Catch
the name
flies.
of Jesus, and you're sprinkling vinegar and salt.
Put it back December. In Jesus' name I pray.
So she's trying to cast out demons or some shit.
You putting it on TikTok. crashing through the gates because my fucking brakes went out 2 days after I found that fucking jar.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I fucking, I'm going down the road and my fucking brakes just go out that have been working fine.
And you think it's because of the...
that makes sense, to be honest with you.
What do you think?
I think that's what happened, yes.
Yeah. Unless you take really bad care of your car, right?
And yeah, I don't. I take good care of my car.
When's the last time
That's why I got almost 400,000 miles on one motor. Crashing through the gates because my
That's suspicious, we have to admit, chat.
hour in the microwave. Nothing. Goddamn motherfucking nothing.
1 hour in the... Is that what he just said?
1 hour in the microwave.
What the fuck do you put for one at nuclear fusion? What the fuck do you microwave for an hour?
Nothing. Goddamn
At that, it's macro waves, and you're just eating the wave.
motherfucking nothing. That goddamn motherfucker, goddamn fucking ruined.
Oh my God, the back door? He put that Stouffer's in the mic. Oh, he's throwing it in the bed.
Tell Lisa. You better not get out of my goddamn bed, mother.
I'm gonna make you goddamn fucking wear this son of a bitch.
Yeah, let me get
You goddamn dumbass motherfucking son and see how to fucking goddamn cook a goddamn motherfucking goddamn lasagna.
That's my goddamn lasagna, bitch.
That's right.
Yeah,
The
you
one I'm
ain't
cooking
got
right
mine.
now.
I'm sorry, you're going to jail, bitch. You going to
1 hour in the microwave.
Holy shit, dude.
No.
I accidentally got quiet because I was afraid that I was going to get yelled at. Part 5.
What does it mean when somebody puts a figurine man in a jar?
Figurine meaning
No.
a small figure or model of a person.
Smell finger is that.
Siri,
The fuck?
what does it mean?
Containing a copy of all
God damn, they're casting spells.
Salt in circles.
She's going to come pick that up and try to smoke it.
Oh my God, that's insane.
so bad. She basically found out her husband has 100% been spying on her phone for the last 10 years.
You guys think it's real or fake?
What's her next step?
You think they're really meth heads? I don't know what
What
state
does
they're
it
in.
mean when somebody puts
What's on Facebook? You know who that is.
Doctor Who?
Doctor, some kind of voodoo doctor on Facebook, which is Jeff.
So when he says that you're
Crossland.
responsible for his brakes failing, you're...
I've been in the bed because he kicked me in my ass, and he broke fractured two of my bones, and I haven't moved a muscle.
Fractured two ass bones?
Nothing about the brakes on his damn truck, and it ain't his truck; it's my truck too.
bullshit?
It's our truck. I'm the one that paid for it.
I know you are.
Damn right. Don't forget it. What's on Facebook? You know who that is.
Doctor Who.
Okay, that's not it. Do we have any more? Yes. I don't know if this one's one or not. No.
Oh, hello there. You want to come in here and chat with me and join me?
Ooh.
Son of a bitch. Oh, the goddamn fucking what? Get these goddamn motherfuckers.
God damn. Look at his skeletal structure. You can see everybody. He's like an anatomy dummy.
Out of the goddamn fucking white.
Look at that.
Get
Look at that. May teach a class of that.
these goddamn motherfuckers.
Sheets.
Get them the fuck out of here. Close it. Close that motherfucker then.
Get him away from me. Get him away from me, Dylan.
This son of a bitch. Out of the goddamn fucking white. Get these.
How many bitches that you cheated on me with and talk shit about me too. Cause I'm the worst fuck you ever fucked, you stupid second shit. Why would you say that?
kids recording it. That's pretty fucked up. I don't like that at all. Back to the Tim and Patty show.
Look at this.
Look at what?
Look at this picture of me. Look.
What is it?
Who's that? Who's that?
I don't know. It looks like a blurry corner of a room or something.
Oh, God, she's taking pictures of the shadow people.
Like fucking Jessica.
Who?
Jessica sneaking in.
I don't know about that.
Who's got a yellow shirt? Who's got a yellow shirt on?
I don't know.
Who's got a yellow shirt on?
I have a white shirt on.
Look at that. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that right there? Who's that man right there?
She's seeing shadow people. That thing that she zoomed into was about this big, and she thinks it's a whole person. You know what I mean? Like, she's seeing shadow people.
I don't see a man.
Yeah, it is. Look, there's a man right there.
I don't see anyone.
Yeah, you ain't looking right. You ain't looking. Look at the man. Look at his face. His eyes, nose.
Maybe. I don't know. Not really.
Yeah, it is.
Like a silhouette of a man or something? Is that what you're saying?
It's a man. I took a picture of him, and it's fucking Jeff.
I don't know about that.
So she took it like through a door down the hallway into the kitchen, and then she zooms all the way in to where a goddamn backsplash tile is like half the fucking screen. You know what I mean?
Look at this.
Look at what?
Look where she starts zooming in. So this is like blankets and shit, right? But she zooms out. We can see the room, the bedroom. Now look, we got another thing here. That's like a right. She's zooming down the hall and through this crack. You guys see this lit up crack here? So this is her room. She's in the bed. This would be her doorway. And then this is looking all the way into the kitchen or that dining room beside the kitchen. And she zooms all the way in on this little black area right here. It would literally be like a 2-inch tall man. And she's like, looks just like Jessica sneaking in. Watch your zoom.
Look.
What is it?
Who's that? Who's that?
I don't know. It looks like a blurry corner of a room or something.
It's like fucking Jessica.
Who?
Jessica sneaking in.
Damn, these people are messed the fuck up. Tim and Patty show.
Polish.
I want to know who the guy is recording them. Is that their son? Oh, he's finally going to bed. Things might be normal for a day and a half. Season finale.
Fucking horse. Fucking fly. Fucking bastard.
I do hate horse flies.
Fucking trying to kill that horse fly that just bit me.
No, I mean, what are you digging?
I'm digging a hole to bury that.
Bury what?
Fucking.
Dude, I've been watching this pawn shop that always has meth heads come in with rocks trying to say, look at that. Look, if you put that under a microscope, you can see gold in there. I'll sell it to you.
Voodoo jar in.
You're burying in the jar?
Yeah, I'm burying the jar.
Is that it?
Yeah, the paranoia is crazy. My buddy slipped into it one time.
Right there?
Right before he went to prison, actually.
Yeah.
Did you go ahead and burn it too?
So let me tell you this story real quick. So I used to do digital marketing for like businesses, right? So all my friends, everybody I knew, they knew that I like did like Facebook and Instagram and advertising and shit like that as like a side job. I did it solely for a little bit, but most of the time it was just on the side or for businesses I knew, or for a short while I did it for car dealerships solely. But anyways, I had a buddy who I hadn't seen in years. I mean, I would run into him and stuff, but we hadn't hung out. But I knew he had went down a road where he was probably doing a lot of drugs. So he texts me one night and he's like, hey, what you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, small talk or whatever. And he's like, I'm trying to get on Facebook, but I'm locked out. And I said, oh, well, you can get back in. He's like, no, it says I've logged in too many times. So he comes to my house. He's like, will you see if you can get me back in? So he comes to my house. And basically, he's trying to log in like 300 times over the last 3 days. He hasn't slept. He's all methed out. He comes over the house and he comes inside. Then I see like he's like fucking tweaked out. So we go outside on the porch. And he parked in the middle of the fucking road. He didn't even pull in my driveway. His truck's out there running. And I'm trying to log in for him. And it's like sending him emails. He doesn't have passwords to these emails. And he doesn't even know if he can log into them, blah, blah, blah. It's whatever. So he he's like, here, try it. And I got it, backup passwords, backup accounts, blah, blah, blah. And finally, Facebook says, which they will do this at times, they say that we think that your account's been like hijacked by someone who isn't you, right? You tried logging in so many times, doing all this shit, whatever. We need you to send us a picture of your ID. And some people have issues with that. They're like, I'm not sending Facebook a picture of my ID, but fuck, they got all the other data on you. They might as well have a picture of your ID. But some people don't. So I just tell him, I say, hey, this is Facebook. This is a Facebook app. And they say the only way they're going to unlock this account is if you send them a picture of their government ID, or you're going to have to make a new account. And he's like, oh, okay, thanks. And I was like, you can, take it with your phone, follow these instructions, blah, blah, blah. And I hand him his phone back. He's like, well, I don't have my license on me, blah, 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 something like that. Maybe he said it was in the truck. So he's like, I'll do that. Thanks. He's talking a mile a minute about a bunch of different things. He goes to leave. He tells me 100 different more stories while he's walking away, whatever. He gets in his truck and takes off. So like an hour later, I'm sitting on the couch, getting ready to go to bed. Door's locked. He's been gone for like an hour. And he texts me back. He said, I know what you tried to do. And I just said, huh? Laugh out loud. And he's like, I talked to so-and-so. And they told me the reason you were trying to get a picture of my ID and send it in, if there is no Facebook, they don't want my ID. Facebook doesn't need an ID to work. They told me you're trying to steal my identity. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, take my ID, steal my ID. We're going to get a credit card in my name. You try to get a loan. And this motherfucker's like a goddamn meth head. Like, I'm like, dude, like I have bad credit. You have meth head credit. Why the fuck would I steal your ID? Well, why would I steal your identity? And then I tried to remind him that he told me he didn't even have his wallet. He didn't even have his wallet. How the fuck could I steal your ID by telling you to take a picture of it? Anyway, so we had this fight for like 30 minutes through text messages. He kept trying to call or whatever. I was afraid he's going to show up at the house. I quit responding to him, but I stayed awake all fucking night that night to make sure he didn't fucking pull back up. I did not go to sleep that night. Literally, I was still awake, like hanging out by the couch, the window where I could see my driveway and the security cameras when Mariah got up to take the kids to school the next morning. Like, I thought for sure he was going to show up, try something crazy, but he didn't. And then like 3 weeks later, he was in prison.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, we buried the jar with a figurine.
Where's the little man? I don't know.
Busted it up and buried the jar. Breaking the curse, baby.
The curse?
What do you think?
I don't
Probably
know.
not. With my luck, fuck no. It just gets better and better every day.
Yeah, I have talked to him. He's actually, as far as I know, I've talked to him a couple times since he got out of prison. And he seems like he's straightened out, I see him on Facebook and on social media. I've ran into him twice and talked to him. He seems like, I don't even think he remembers that. I don't even think he remembers that shit. So what happened was, like a few days later, I heard he got arrested. He was in a car with a guy that I always thought was a snitch. I don't know. I still haven't got to the bottom. That guy that when I did drugs, we all thought he was a snitch. And this is like after I quit doing drugs, right? But we all thought he was a snitch. That was the rumors that always surrounded him. And they were in his dad's muscle car. And they were doing like 140 or some shit. That's what the highway patrol said. Like over 100 miles an hour in like a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Basically hit like a high spot on the road and went airborne and fucking wrecked and hit a tree and shit. And he got arrested and ended up going to federal prison. For drugs and other things or some shit. But I had seen it in him a couple times. He asked me one night to come over with my AR and all my stuff, all my army gear, because he was out in his outbuilding behind his house, and he could tell that he was surrounded and people were watching him and shit. He's like, I just heard a helicopter. I just acted like I fell asleep, didn't respond to him. But yeah, it was bad.
So we got a little message for J. Colt and the people on Instagram and Facebook that are taking the videos that I've posted on here and stealing them.
That we done.
Yeah. So what do you got there?
I'm talking to a lawyer. I'm talking to a lawyer that had no business doing anything that we done because that was ours. That's where y'all are wrong. And you need to talk to a lawyer yourself because y'all are so wrong.
She talked to a lawyer. She talked to a lawyer, and now we know we're getting to the bottom of this, okay? Her shit's copyright protected.
So we got.
But I did just find their TikTok account. I do got to cover this superintendent tonight, but god damn, what is this one?
It's really scary.
Oh, she looks better in that one. A little bit.
Be, doing something like fixing the window, and I'll have a screwdriver, and then I set it down, and all at once it's just gone.
He started talking, and there was a man looking at everybody through the TV. So we ain't got a TV now.
Yeah,
What happened to the TV?
Well, we got we put it through it.
They turned off the TV and they said a man was looking at them through the TV, so now they don't have a TV anymore. They fucking attacked it.
Got rid of it. We're trying to find a place to move because it's too much for us.
It's too haunted.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So we kind of stay outside.
It's haunted.
We keep it blocked off up there.
We got some stuff up there, but we don't hardly go up there.
Oh, could actually.
You can at your own risk, but you're gonna have to sign this waiver that if anything happens to you, we ain't responsible.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's actually.
I think he knows that we're doing it right now. If you listen, I think he's hearing us. I think he's beating on something.
They think it's ghosts.
Thanks for the interview, guys.
Thank you both anytime.
She does look better there, but that's from back 8/26.
Of the place, and I've decided to stop off in this little place in town. But either way, I'm gonna be heading back to my place, and it's gonna be a 5-hour drive. But hey, it actually might be Kyle Clamont's baby crib. You never know. Either way, guys, I hope I'll catch y'all next week. So I'll see y'all then. Nate out.
It's really scary.
Kyle Clamont. Is that the guy's name? God damn, there's a lot of videos. I was right about that other one just taking the videos, I guess. There's the jar shit. There's them fighting over the jars. Where's this one? Oh, that's the one where she's doing the salt and vinegar stuff.
Because my fucking brakes went out.
Brakes went out. We got that one.
You ain't done nothing, but we ain't riding in a truck no more. How am I gonna go to work tomorrow and start that fucking door job?
I didn't mind the truck being.
Well, how am I gonna go to that job tomorrow? I'm not gonna be able to.
If this isn't like their son, it seemed like when he's talking to them in the porch, he's just a random guy. If this isn't like their son, why is he in their bedroom when they're fucking arguing?
So I've lost another goddamn job because of you.
Cousin me.
Yes, you're the one that put the curse on me.
The curse. People like that. Curse.
Oh, no, it ain't real. That shit ain't real. The devil ain't fucking real. That shit ain't real. That guy, you ain't done nothing.
Holy shit.
In a truck.
Look at this.
Look at what?
Look at this picture.
Someone said I'm 3 videos deep and she still hasn't taken a bite of that pie.
It's on Facebook. You know who that is.
Doctor who?
Doctor.
You ain't.
Look at this.
Look at what?
Look at this.
Lisa, she put a fucking curse on me. And if you believe in God, you believe in fucking curses.
Like, why did they let this guy just be in their house while they're fucking methed out arguing? You know what I mean?
Real as God is. And if you think that somebody can't put a curse on you because you ain't right with God, which I ain't, and she knows it, and that bad shit can't happen. I mean, fucking really? The fucking brakes just all of a sudden go out after I find that fucking jar. That's bullshit. I could not stop the truck.
He's about to fork the fuck out of her. It's 5 videos now, and he hasn't took a bite of that cake.
Halfway up on a wood pile. The truck is up on a goddamn wood pile.
But that ain't my fault.
And Patty's laying in here eating M&M's. No, it ain't my fault. Laying in the bed.
Go shine your
Don't give a fuck. Saying that, see? Go shine my light. Go shine my light for what, Patty? That's going to get the truck off the top of the wood pile. Lisa, she put...
Oh, damn, dude.
Turning the truck out.
Nothing beats a cheap holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's
There goes the medicine cabinet.
We've got millions of...
All this because he thought the place was haunted.
This household. Do I am the bitch of this household. Do I am the bitch of this household. Do I am the bitch of this household.
I'm the bitch of the south side.
Your day's like this. Your day's like that, and the light's over here.
Now he's laying in bed with. Who is he to these people?
1 hour in the microwave. Nothing.
There's the famous lasagna.
Fucking nothing.
The
Stouffer's 1 hour microwave.
Thanks a lot. What?
Thanks a lot about what?
I used to be beautiful.
You used to be beautiful?
Yeah, thanks a lot. I still think I'm beautiful myself. You gotta keep the feeling inside you to go. Thanks a lot. What?
Thanks a lot about what? She's got 2 different shoes on today. She's got 2 different shoes on today.
there's the buried jar.
Man syndrome? This is a 7-foot fucking walkway, you fucking idiots. I am fucking 6'4", little man complex, fucking that. Man syndrome? This is a 7-foot.
They're saying little man complex because you thought there was a little man in the jar.
Nail polish.
Please go to sleep, bro.
Still stuff around.
Got to sign that waiver and get us up there. I'm here for the spookies.
Chairs and stuff, but it looked like this the last time I was here. Yeah. I don't know if they're still here. I came here a few months ago, and one of the people that was working on the house after the Robinsons left gave me a key. I don't know if it's still gonna work.
Oh, they moved.
It worked. All right, let's go.
Maybe.
There's no one in the house. I'm guessing that they haven't finished cleaning it out yet. This is the attic here. I'm sure you can't see anything, but this is it. I never got the chance to fully look around this place the last time I was.
Man, these stairs are narrow.
Yeah.
Like he's laying in the bed with her while they're cussing. Like, what the fuck?
Most of the stuff that was up here is gone now. Pretty sure most of this is the...
Oh, I can't fit.
Yeah, me neither. I'm having to crouch over. I think most of this is the Robinson stuff.
Doesn't look like much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Chair with no legs. That was here the last time. There was also...
a chair with no legs.
Tools for the investigation. Mike, you still up here? I've got a... Here, you can grab that. And I've got a flashlight here, which we don't want the red setting. All right. This was like a bathroom area here.
Well, it used to be.
And except they don't have a toilet, which is kind of inconvenient. But now, last time I was here, there was something behind here. You see that latch right there?
Yeah, I see right there.
Can you pull that nail back? This is what I found last time, guys. Some kind of, I don't know what this is. Like, there's stuff in the back there. I haven't really went in here, but there's some kind of crib here, and I don't know who it belonged to, but I assumed it belonged to Kyle Clement. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find anything else back here. Looks like there's...
Is Kyle Clement somebody I should know?
The last time I was here. Yeah. I don't know if they're still here. I came here a few months ago, and one of the people that was working...
He was a serial killer, right?
I found that's the address.
You got the address?
Yep.
Thank you.
They came with the letter. Make sure it's the same one.
I will. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, where are you going?
That's what Google says.
Stay out here in the sun. Come on, Kobe.
It's kind of pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, there's fresh coffee in here.
Coffee?
Or maybe that's not real. Maybe that's like from a TV or something. Kyle Clement is an infamous serial killer who murdered 42 people while he was alive. Oh, okay, so maybe. After he was executed, Kyle come back as an empowered ghost who needed human souls to sustain his form. No, this is from a TV series. Apparently. So I don't know who the fuck this is.
Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come in here and get those.
Think there's any other place that you could be?
Where's that letter at? I found that's the address.
Clips from years ago.
Thank you.
They came with the letter. Make sure it's the same one.
I will. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, where are you going? Stay out here in the sun. Come on, Kobe.
It's kind of pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, there's fresh coffee in here.
Coffee? Is that an invite?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come in here and get those.
Think there's any other place that you could be?
Where's that letter at?
I'm just concerned with how close he is to him. Like, if he's not their, like, son or something.
You need to stop doing drugs.
Lay right there. Come here, come right here.
You need to get clean.
Okay, would you? Okay, please.
Would you please get clean?
I am clean. Come here.
You're not clean.
No, I am too.
So it does seem like he's at least trying to help him a little bit.
People that are clean do not see. Okay. What do you see? Faces in the wall.
Faces.
In the clothes.
No, yeah, right there, the little man.
In your hordes of clothes, you see faces.
Right there, that little man. You see him?
Well, I like it. I'll be. You see that little man right there? Come here.
There's a little man right there.
There's a man down there.
In the clothes.
There's a man and a woman right there. That's you and your daddy or whatever. I don't know what y'all do. And that's your daddy right there in his wig. And that's you right there.
Who's the cool, calm, and collectible?
That's your daddy and his wig.
That's you when you're hugging your daddy with his wig on.
Get clean. Don't do drugs, people.
Look on Facebook. You'll see.
This is what happens when you do fucking meth.
He's even talking shit about it.
All right, this is day 1 of filming on the Carson cases. Got the script here. We got Noah Weaver. Shay. And we're out here on this beautiful location here. Out looking in the field for our establishing shot.
Thanks for the ride to Colorado.
Looks like he's trying to make a movie or something as well, which is cool. Oh, Nate's Mysteries. Whatever that is.
What in the fuck are you out here doing? You know what? Fuck you. Do not open this goddamn door. Do not open this motherfucking door at all. I'm gonna lock this motherfucker. This bitch.
Where are you going?
The meth heads don't seem like they're acting.
So you're saying you want to replace these couches?
There's the famous couch activities.
Salt and Circles is our only account. If you see anything different, it's fake. They're trying to copyright us.
He's right.
That wasn't it, man.
If it doesn't say so, sir, it ain't us.
That's what the wiki linked to as well, Kyle Clement.
Lawyer today, my family lawyer. You think we fight all the time and don't have a lawyer?
I ain't worried about a lawyer. I just need your address.
Salt and Circles is our only. It's really scary.
Sure,
I can be doing something like fixing the window, and I'll have a screwdriver, and then I set it down, and all at once it's just gone.
Surely the meth heads aren't acting, are they? That was all the videos on that channel, by the way. That was fucking insane, dude. What a trip. All right, let's go into this. I don't want to forget about the that shady piece of shit fucking superintendent, so we'll get there in just a second. I did like this take. So we were all talking about the Trump and the Epstein files and the fact that Trump was the dog that didn't bark. So I went back and looked up because this girl was saying it. The dog that didn't bark goes back to a Sherlock Holmes story, right? And basically, in this Sherlock Holmes movie, there's like a guy who dies suddenly. And everybody's trying to say it's not a murder, like he killed himself or natural causes or whatever. And Sherlock Holmes comes in, and he's investigating, and he tells somebody there at the place where the guy's murdered that he thinks it's a murder. And the guy says, no, it couldn't have been a murder because we got a guard dog, and the guard dog didn't bark. Okay? And Sherlock Holmes says that's what makes it more suspicious. Like someone either knew him or knew the dog or was able to slip in, slip out, something. But the dog that didn't bark, like, raises more suspicion. Is the dog in on it? And then this woman has this take from it, which was really good, I think. I'm starting to believe her more than I am my own theory about it.
Hey, has it occurred to anyone yet that Jeffrey Epstein was suspicious that Donald Trump was working for the government and that he was an asset? He was an asset. And I haven't baked yet which government, but a government. Because this email here, I think, is being widely misinterpreted. And
so basically it says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Virginia spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. So maybe Epstein's thinking is that if I'm getting called out for this, if Virginia's writing a book about me, if all this stuff's coming back on me, why didn't she mention Trump? Was there a payoff? Is Trump working for somebody? Is Trump being protected? Is Trump being shielded? Not that, oh, he's in trouble because he knew what was going on and he didn't tell nobody. But instead, we both should be in trouble. Why is he never named? Then he says, I'm 75% there, as if, like, I'm 75% sure that this happened. Like, he's a double agent, he's in on it, he's something. Just listen to her.
And hear me out. April 2nd, 2011, Jeffrey Epstein writes an email, private email, no other recipients, to Ghislaine Maxwell. That's her name. And he says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. This particular victim, and based on what Caroline said today, it's Virginia, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. And she says, I have been thinking about that, ... Everyone is misinterpreting that to mean that Donald Trump hasn't said something. He hasn't talked, because they're saying that the dog that hasn't barked, and so they're interpreting Donald Trump has not talked. but that doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, in this context. The dog that hasn't barked is a reference to a Sherlock Holmes story wherein someone is dead and a witness says, I don't think there was anything weird because the stable dog didn't bark. And Sherlock Holmes says the dog not barking is suspicious. The absence of the thing is evidence. The thing that should have happened not happening is suspicious. It has piqued my suspicion. The name that should have been named, that is conspicuously not named, is Trump. That's what that sentence means. Virginia spent hours at my house with him. I have personal knowledge that he should be named if she's naming any names. I was an eyewitness to events that would make me believe that that name should have been named, and the fact that it's not being named is suspicious to me. Police chief, etc., is obviously a reference to something that they have talked about. So pairing this dog that hasn't barked plus the police chief, I'm 75% convinced of this theory that we've talked about. And she said, yeah. He finds it suspicious, so maybe he paid her off. But we know that this is 2011, and maybe this means that he knows, because of the whole police chief thing, that his name was named during the investigation from his first arrest. Sweetheart deal that resulted in 2008. This is all very suspicious to him. And 2011 was when Jeffrey Epstein was trying to make his comeback into the social spheres after his arrest. So, and all the other emails really seem like he's trying to figure out ways to capitalize on information he has. For example, Epstein writes to Wolf, if we were able, so Wolf says to Epstein, he's gonna, in 2015, he's gonna give an interview to CNN, and there's a very good chance that they're going to ask about your relationship. And Epstein says, well, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? And Wolf says, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says that he's never been on the plane or to your house, that'll give you valuable currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Meaning, if he says that he's never been, if he tries to distance himself from you, now you could use it to get social currency by being like, actually, guys, here's the truth, and then everyone will love you again because you're being honest. Or if it looks like he could really win, you could save it and generate a debt between you. Now he owes you something.
That's very interesting, I think.
Have something on him that you could have given up. He's absolutely been on the plane. Look at my logs. So we know that he's very much wheeling and dealing and scheming, which gives additional context to this, where he's just like trying to figure out how the fuck it is that this guy hasn't been named when he knows he's fucking guilty. What if he suspected that in addition to paying her off, that the police knew that there was that he was guilty, and that they have also held his name back because perhaps, similar to Acosta saying in 2019 that the sweetheart deal with Epstein was because he was told that he belongs to intelligence. What if Trump did too? And what if he's suspicious of it because he also made that sweetheart deal for the same reason? Fast forward, and completely unrelated. If you were a technocrat or an oligarch or a foreign government and you wanted to buy a presidency, totally, this is just dreamland here. Who would the perfect candidate be? Someone who's already famous, had a primetime show on television, has been ingratiating his family into American homes for a very long time, and then you find out there's dirt. You don't even have to build dirt on the guy. The dirt exists, and it is dirt to the extent
Dirt's already there for you, baby.
Would be ruined, and so would the lives of his family members. I don't know, would that guy be like the ideal candidate? Because then you can get him to do whatever you want. And that's why you could never destroy the files, because like if I am very suspicious, obviously, of things, and I'm like, well, why do these files even exist? If they're going to go to the trouble of trying to cover them up, why not just destroy them, right? Because we know that they've done that before. Well, if they're just then they're not valuable anymore. So anyway, let's say you're successful. You use the guy, you get him to do the things that you want him to do. He runs again, no go, but then he runs again. And maybe he slips up and says something while he's running that I distinctly remember. Something like, this presidency will be different because I had the wrong people around me the last time telling me to do things and I didn't get to do things the way I wanted to do them. And maybe if you're the guy who owns it, you're like, oh, he's just saying that to get elected. That's fine. We let him say whatever he wants to say. But ultimately, at the end of the day, he knows he works for me. But then he wins and maybe he starts not listening to you. Maybe he starts doing things that he wants to do. Maybe he gets confused by the position that you've gotten him and he thinks that he actually is powerful. And he thinks he's covering himself by, I don't know, having the entire FBI like spend all of their time going through thousands of documents and deleting his name from them or redacting his name from them. And so then he thinks that he's maybe safe. And then what do? I mean, maybe you then have to start leaking stuff to remind him that you mean business. I mean, I don't know. That just feels like the natural trajectory of things. If you were a technocrat or an oligarch and you wanted to buy a presidency, I don't know. I feel like that's what would happen. Totally unrelated to the Epstein thing.
Isn't that a crazy story? Sounds like something's going on there. And then I'm cleaning up a 3D print as well. Look how goddamn pathetic JD Vance is. Check this out.
JD Vance, you're exactly that girl I thought you were. Fucking pathetic, okay? And this is gonna be fun. All right, so strap in, everybody. Remember last year when the Trump administration got caught with their fucking pants down, planning military strikes, lethal military strikes against Houthi rebels in a fucking Signal DM chat? And not only that, but they were busy sending fucking eggplant emojis to each other with the editor-in-chief of Atlantic Magazine in the chat that these fucking ham-fisted knuckle draggers accidentally added to their chat, and then proceeded to actively talk about an ongoing lethal military operation with a fucking journalist in the chat, blithely unaware. Yeah, so pretty much in that same group chat, several days after the fact, a one Jorkin de Peanuts Vance, as he has come to be known, texted the following at 2:26 a.m.
This is in that group chat at 2:26 a.m.
This chat is kind of dead. Anything going on? You're in your 40s.
Tell me that is not like booty call. Like, who the fuck? This chat's kind of dead. Anything going on, fellow humans? And then no one answers him. No one.
You're a 40-plus-year-old man.
None of his friends. That's why I like that. There was an Onion headline the other day that says JD Vance begins to suspect that there's another group chat and he's not in it.
What is going on? The most priceless part of this is that no one responded. I mean, I am not surprised, but oh my God. It's like, you can't make this shit up. I'm speechless, and I'm never speechless, okay? This man is the Vice President of the United States. He has spent his entire life whoring himself out to anybody with a scintilla.
America's Hitler.
He is like that guy who traded a paperclip for a house, right? He has managed to do that, but with social climbing. And honestly, it's astonishing because he's one of the most off-putting people ever. Much like his mother traded him for a bottle of Perks, which, can we blame her? Okay.
Badass son of a bitch.
You know, like he traded whatever shred of dignity he had coming out of Yale Law School for the heap of shit that he is now vice king of. No dignity left. No dignity left. And he still finds a way to plumb the depths of what is possible in terms of making an absolute ass of himself.
Zero dignity.
This chat's kind of dead. Anything going on? What? Like, are you 13? Like, also at 2 in the morning? Sir, you have a full-time job. You have a wife, 2 children, and a chopped side piece as well. And if you count the couch, it's 2 side pieces. Okay, God, his poor wife. I never thought I'd be saying that, but I don't know. Every time I see her, she looks like she just got back from Iraq. She looks like she just withdraw from Kuwait or face the coalition. That's my George H.W. Bush voice. She looks like she just got back from Operation Desert Shield. And, she's the second lady of the United States, okay? Not to be rude, but her job is to cut ribbons and look good in pictures, But the number of gray hairs on her head is like multiplying. And when it was reported that she showed up to some press avail without her wedding ring on, I was like, you go, girl. I don't even care that you clerked for Brett Kavanaugh. Like, good for you. It's really something. And this man thinks he's going to be president. Desperate for the approval of America, desperate for the approval of his boss, who could not give a shit. And he goes out onto these cable news shows every Sunday, and he just gets his fucking clock cleaned by Kirsten Welker or whoever is, manning these Sunday shows. And he just sits there and he's like, well, actually, affordability isn't that big of an issue. And actually, we don't have to release the Epstein files. And actually, President Trump is the mess. And it's like, he's not going to let you hit, bro. He's not. Just let this be the periodic reminder that I think we need.
He's not.
That these people are fucking pathetic.
He's not going to let you hit it, bro.
They are losers, virgins, freaks.
Wow, this chat's kind of dead. Am I right, guys?
Miller, with his...
No response.
His elderly grandmother voice. He always talks like he doesn't have his hearing aids in. He's like, we're going to send our myrmidons into Minneapolis. It's like, lower your voice. What the fuck is wrong with you? God, you ask one girl out on a date, and she says no, and the rest of your life...
That was her Miller.
Fucking life, you make it the entire country's problem. God, what a fucking work.
That was a good Himmler.
And JD Vance. This chat's kind of dead. Anything going on? You're the Vice President of the United States. Pull yourself together. And they all work for a man who is dying of dementia before our very eyes. And that's what they're debasing themselves for, is the distinct dishonor of working for that piece of shit. I don't know. And by the way, and Pete Hegseth, once you sober up a little bit, we'll see you at The Hague. Like, kill them all. You're not tough. Like, you're not. You're fucking weak and pathetic. Why don't you drink yourself to sleep? All right. Anyway.
Damn, that was rough. Hold on just a second. Yes, I know. I stopped the print. It was messed up. Preview. Print play. Okay. We also have... I need you to listen very closely, okay? Everybody put your listening ears on. You have to do this and turn them on. These are your listening ears are on. Boop. Boop. Turn your listening ears on, okay? Everybody got them on? We're going to take an audible votes, a vocal votes. And it is going to be the ayes versus the nays. And you're going to tell me who wins this vote. Here we go.
Question is on the adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
Do you need to hear it again?
Question is on the adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
I maybe heard 2 ayes.
Question is on the adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
Now, what do you think this guy does? He says, the ayes have it.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
By the way, none of the Republicans were in the room to even vote for this. The people that would have been voting aye. They weren't even there. Listen.
Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. Yeah.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Welcome to...
By the way, anytime it's even remotely close, like if it isn't like unanimous versus like 2 or 3 outliers, they're supposed to call for a voter roll, right? But I don't know what he even fucking thought he was doing here.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to tell, right? You could have 100 people versus 80 people, and the 80 people are louder. We don't really do that, right? The only time we use the vocal rolls like this is when it's like really, really, really lopsided.
Welcome to procedural democracy.
It says, welcome to procedural democracy.
Welcome to procedural democracy. For what purpose does the gentleman seek recognition? I request a recorded vote, and I challenge the speaker's interpretation of the voice vote. The gentleman ask for the yeas and nays? I ask for the yeas and the nays. The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, further proceedings on this question will be postponed.
Not even fucking close, dude. What a way to try to...
On the adoption of the resolution.
Just fucking squeeze it through there, right? Fuck it.
Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. Yeah. Welcome to procedural democracy. For what purpose does the gentleman seek recognition? I request a recorded vote, and I challenge the speaker's interpretation of the voice vote. The gentleman ask for the yeas and nays? I ask for the yeas and the nays. The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, further proceedings on this question will be...
Insane. All right, the other thing that I hate that I've got a clip of, why the fuck do we just... Like, every Navy SEAL that writes a book is somehow some type of media darling that goes on and talks about politics now. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Here's one that clearly doesn't know American history. Listen to this. And I want you to look. There's an immigrant on the panel, or at least a brown person on the panel. Look at the face he makes when this comes out.
And on the wider point...
I'm going to zoom in. Wait.
Who the United States should let in. What is your view of that? I mean, obviously, America was founded in a very multicultural way.
America wasn't founded by grabbing a bunch of dudes from other countries, bringing them here, giving them free apartments and welfare. It was by people.
America wasn't founded by grabbing a bunch of dudes from other countries and bringing them here? Did you miss slavery, bro? We housed them. We fed them. What are you talking about?
To escape religious persecution, and they started building things, not just coming here getting handouts. I mean, I've been.
They started building things because they were slaves.
A lot of places, and I've seen a lot of people, and as soon as the truth is told and you don't like it, you just say racist.
Let's talk about the truth there, Pierce. I got to jump in here. When we talk about the founding of America, it was founded by European colonizers, built on the backs of enslaved Africans and on the genocide of indigenous people. To claim that it wasn't, just a free handout, it literally was.
By the way, this bitch right here, wait till I show you what she's got to say. Same panel, same woman. For some reason, they cut off that fifth speaker we were just looking at, but here, check this out. She's running in Texas.
Why would you be so blatantly hateful towards one group of people?
You call it hateful and bigotry and racist and all of that garbage. I call it the truth.
Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas.
So yes.
Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas.
Be so blatantly hateful towards one group of people.
You call it hateful and bigotry and racist and all of that garbage. I call it the truth.
What's wild is the GOP will stand by this.
Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas.
So yes, these dirty Muslims have no place in America and have no place in England.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
No.
Valentina is just a bigot, plain and simple, engages in the worst kinds of bigotry imaginable. But it's worth noting that she's fundamentally un-American because the American Constitution says that you cannot discriminate against people based on religion.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty clear.
I was trying to remember her name. Valentina Gomez, I think. Is it Gomez? When he said Valentina, I think it's Valentina Gomez. Kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas in her campaign launch video. In her launch video. That was to kick off her campaign. I think the last name Gomez is traditionally Nordic at Suko. That's what you're looking for.
Officially filed to become your next Congresswoman. So the choice, Texas, I will officially file to become your next Congresswoman. So the choice is yours. Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas. Save your daughters from getting raped by Mohammed and protect our soldiers from getting murdered in broad daylight. Let me be very clear. We will make Texas the worst place for groomers, terrorist Muslims, pedophiles, and illegals to live in, so help me God. For me, this is just an election. But for you and your daughter, this is your life. Because Texas has only gotten more Muslim under these weak Republicans. New York City already fell to Islam. So did Michigan and Minnesota. And you're next in line. If Texas falls to Islam, it's simply because you didn't vote correctly. God bless you all.
Valentina Gomez for Congress, Texas 31st, powered by Jesus Christ. Paid for by Valentina for Congress, valentinaforcongress.com. That was her launch video. I'm officially running for U.S. Congress. I'll make Texas the worst place for terrorists, Muslims, and illegals, so help me God. For me, this is just an election, but for you, this is your life. Jesus is king. "100% America first." Hoping and praying for a VG to win. Is AIPAC paying you well? She says no, but your mom is. And the reader note says, Valentina literally asked for AIPAC money. Let me see this note. You literally begged for it. People have woken up to AIPAC, one of the worst foreign entities that needs to be abolished. AIPAC, hit me up. Ooh. 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 I stand with Israel. Be honest. Israel has a right to defend its. Be honest. I get paid $7,000 per post. Damn. All right, let's go into the one that we've been leading up to all night. That is the fucking deranged state superintendent from Oklahoma. You will not believe what some of these FOIA requests that I want to remind you, when he was in office, none of these FOIA requests are being filled. They just saying they were backlogged. Okay? None of the FOIA requests were being filled at all. Now, he's out of office. Suddenly, all the FOIA requests are getting filled, answered, and sent back to the requesters. Wonder what could cause that.
Ryan Walters is no longer in office. The Oklahoma State Department of Education is actually responding to our open records requests. In fact, in just the past month alone, we've gotten all of these records, quite a bit of stuff. Now, among the things...
Look at these. Look at this goddamn. He said a couple of them over there. Look at all these binders. That's the records requests they asked for.
In here are things that are raising more ethics concerns about Walters. For instance...
Now, listen. Let's say that I work for the federal government, okay? And it's a medium-level position, but I work for the federal government. And I have an assistant that works for me at the federal government. And let's say that I know next month a lobbying group is going to hire me, but I haven't told the federal government. Federal government has no idea. I'm not going to give them a notice. They just won't notice my ass coming into the office next month, okay? Now, with that knowledge, I go secretly to my assistant and say, hey, I'm leaving next month and I want you to come with me. And she says, yeah, I'll come with you. Yeah. To the lobby group, we'll get paid a lot more money. Yeah. So we agree to this. And in my official duty as an employee for the federal government, in my last month there, knowing that I'm leaving and knowing that I'm taking my assistant with me, I issue my assistant a gigantic bonus for doing such a good job at her position that she's about to leave with me.
Last week, we told you he paid his press secretary, Madison Searcy, a $10,000 performance bonus in his last week on the job. That's despite the fact she'd only worked there a couple months.
In his last week on the job, she'd only been there for a couple months.
And in her time there, never responded to any of our questions. And we found that through these records. But
I think she'd been there for 3.5, 4 months, something like that.
We also learned last week that she now no longer works at OSDE and has gone on to work with Ryan Walters at the same place he went to go work.
Tell me that's not a fucking fraud. That's fraud. With taxpayer money.
Teacher Freedom Alliance.
But Trump's not worried about tribunals for these people, right?
In fact, she's his press secretary there now. And that's now raising a slew of questions. Namely, why did you give her that bonus your last week in office? Did you know that you...
Not like 6 months before he left, and maybe he knew he was leaving, maybe he didn't. His last week of office.
You were going to take her to come work with you at the Teacher Freedom Alliance. But these records also show more connections to the Teacher Freedom Alliance while Walters was in office. We previously reported that there's an ethics investigation going on looking into, in March, he used his press staff to put out some press releases promoting them, but we found his connections to the Teacher Freedom Alliance go back way further. In fact, all this here are just travel records we got for Walters' chief policy advisor, Matt Langston, and in here are some records showing that in 2023 and 2024, 3 different times, Walters and Langston went to events hosted by the Teacher Freedom Alliance's parent group.
He was basically holding this position just to help them as long as he could, and he knew he was going to get ousted eventually, and they were going to offer him his job. So basically, he was just this teacher or Freedom Alliance, whatever. He was just their man on the inside. They knew eventually he was going to show porn during a a Zoom meeting or something was going to happen. He was going to get busted. And he knew as all he has to do is resign and he's got a job. The whole time. They'd been coordinating for years. Wait till you see what he did with Lee Greenwood, this dirty motherfucker.
Called the Freedom Foundation, and Walters was the keynote speaker at a couple of them. The state paid all their expenses for that. Then the
state paid all of their expenses for him to travel to the Teacher Freedom Alliance events to be the speaker to what the state paid every dime of that. It didn't come out of his pocket, but then what happened?
Paid all their expenses for that. Then the Teacher Freedom Alliance reimbursed them for their airfare, meaning Walters and Langston and the state of Oklahoma, I guess, were taking money from the Freedom Foundation, the parent company of the Teacher Freedom Alliance, when Walters was in office as far back as 2023.
I wonder if he turned that money over after he got reimbursed for something he didn't pay for back to the state.
That's raising even more concerns for lawmakers and legal experts who say they really hope, as the Oklahoma Ethics Commission investigates Walters' connections to the Teacher Freedom Alliance while he was in office, they really hope they take a look at all this stuff. Now, moving all of this out of the way, we also came across some emails, including one that had a Dropbox link to some video files.
If I put out a competitive bid, let's say that I'm getting a new 3D printer, and I tell my chat I'm going to do a fair and free competitive bid, and I want everybody in chat to put in their bid, and here's the specifications for my 3D printer, and everybody in my chat puts in a bid. Would it be appropriate for me to meet with Legend while the bids are still coming in, while everybody's still trying to put in their bid? Would it be for me to meet with Legend and tell her that she's already won the contract before anything's been decided, before all the bids are in, before bidding's even closed?
Here is one of those video files.
Let me see, Matt. I'm not sure what all we have after this.
Yeah, they've got a whole
set up for us. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Now that is country singer Lee Greenwood, and we know based on the data on those videos that they were filmed no later than last November. What's interesting is last October, OSDE issued out a revised request for proposals seeking bids from people to supply Bibles to Oklahoma schools that the state was going to pay for. And interestingly, the first version of that RFP was worded in such a way that really only one Bible would qualify for it, that being Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA Bible. So
you remember they had to change the request for bids because the way they worded it, only Lee Greenwood's Bible would work. Like, it had to have the Constitution, it had to be signed by fucking Trump, it had to do all this crazy shit. So they had to reword the bid so everybody could bid on it. They already knew that he already promised him this contract.
So these videos were filmed while that RFP was potentially still supposed to be going through the competitive bidding process. They weren't supposed to have decided on anyone yet. But let's keep watching this video.
On this camera.
Okay, perfect.
All right, 2. Hey, y'all, I'm Lee Greenwood. Our nation is at a crossroads. We have a unique opportunity to teach America's youth about our founding and the great...
That's right. Trump makes money off this as well.
Documents that created and built our great nation, and that we truly are one indivisible nation under God. I was raised to believe my word is my bond, to love my neighbor, and that our nation was founded on biblical principles. It is imperative that we instill patriotism, love of country, and biblical values in America's youth. The first step in making our country great again is reminding the next generation that those biblical values were the cornerstone for the greatest nation in the history of the world. And I'm extremely proud to partner with my friend Ryan Walters and the state of Oklahoma in their endeavor to reintroduce to our students the biblical influences that made our country great. I hope you'll join me in supporting my friend Ryan on his mission. God bless you, and God bless the USA.
Greenwood promotes Oklahoma's use of the Bible in schools, and then the camera pans over to Ryan Walters.
That was fantastic, Lee. I appreciate that very much. Folks in Oklahoma are going to be so excited to see it.
My guitar player is from Oklahoma, by the way, Dave Smith, who worked with me for like 12 years. Then he went with Toby Keith. Go.
I'm so proud to be here today with my friend Lee Greenwood to announce bringing Bibles back to the classroom in Oklahoma. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the partnership and look forward to every student having the Bible accessible in their classroom. Are we good with that? You think that's good? Excellent.
Yeah, that works.
That's it.
And before it's all over, though, Greenwood does something else. He takes out a Sharpie, signs a guitar, and hands it to Ryan Walters as a gift.
Should he be taking gifts from these people while also taking bids from them? Is that a thing we do?
We are such big fans of yours.
Well, thank you.
That means the world to me, Lee.
This neck on this is very well done.
Yes, sir.
With the
oh my goodness, look at that.
Right on.
That is incredible.
The only thing I don't have on the neck here is 45.
Yeah, there you go. That is fantastic.
Sorry, Lee.
That is fantastic.
That was my design.
Oh, I sure appreciate that. Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
That is beautiful.
And when you get it mounted, eventually just, you know.
It feels like the only way to get anything done or anything taken care of is literally to cuck or befriend or donate this fucked up, backwards ass, fucking horrible administration.
Now, with all that in mind, everything I just told you, legal experts and lawmakers say they really, really want ethics investigators to take a deep look at all this. They have a lot of concerns. I'm going to break it all down for you tonight on News 4 at 10. Going to be airing on K4 Plus because the Thunder game is on tonight on NBC. So
it doesn't even get primetime news. It's on their app because the game was on that night.
Just on K4 Plus at 10 o'clock.
How fucking insane.
We're diving back through my book of open records I've received ever since State Superintendent Lyndall Fields took over from Ryan Walters. Tonight, we're focusing on this section, records
I fucking hate it here, dude.
Of Ryan Walters' Chief of Staff, Matt Moeller. Moeller, we told you, Walters hired as OSDE's Chief of Staff at the beginning of the year. We found Moeller was a Florida-based campaign consultant and still actively employed for a Florida company at the time he joined OSDE in February. In April, we sent OSDE an open records request asking for copies of Moeller's job description, employment contract, and job offer letter. Then State Superintendent Ryan Walters' records staff only gave us this job description, telling us there was no employment agreement and refused to release his job offer letter, arguing it would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. When Fields took office 6 months later, we requested all those records again, and lo and behold, this time, we got that offer letter. It promises Moeller a base salary of $190,000 a year, but it goes on to offer him quarterly bonuses of up to $12,500 each. That's up to $50,000 extra dollars a year in just bonuses. Mind you, the average starting teacher's salary in Oklahoma is between 40 and 50 grand a year.
He's making more in bonuses than teachers make in Oklahoma.
For former Oklahoma House Education Committee Chair Mark McBride, it's appalling.
It's disgusting, and it should be to every taxpayer in the state of Oklahoma.
And for former Assistant State Attorney General and former State School Board member Tim Gilpin, it's awfully suspicious.
Large bonuses in an offer letter, and certainly an additional large bonuses, is very unusual. I have not heard of it before. And it doesn't pass the smell test to me.
Moeller's wasn't the...
I don't think we should give up on trying to get to the bottom of this and prosecute this guy, but we know that there's a pardon coming.
Only offer letter we found Walters' administration used to offer employees bonuses. This January 2024 offer letter to then OSDE CFO Spencer Wood promised him up to $5,000 and $10,000 yearly bonuses on top of his $125,000 yearly salary.
It appears like the State Department of Education was being run like some sort of private, single-held company with state money.
I tried to bring this to the attention of Speaker McCall. Our last term, the last 2 years we were in session, and it fell on deaf ears.
Last summer, McBride and 24 other House Republicans signed on to a letter asking for an investigation that could lead to Walters' impeachment. With House Democrats also on board, a majority of House members supported doing it. But then House Speaker Charles McCall wouldn't consider it unless more Republicans signed on.
We knew that this was going on. The misuse of tax dollars, the wasteful, the bonuses. Why couldn't we have started working on this a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
That and everything we brought you lately leaves both of these men hoping the state auditor and ethics commission's ongoing investigations are thorough.
And I am a Republican, and I'm embarrassed by it that we allowed this to happen.
Ryan Walters is just a gift that keeps on giving. I'm sorry to say that I think we're going to continue to uncover things under stones.
We're diving back through my book of open records I've
noticed something recently that I thought maybe I wasn't.
Fucking disgusting. I don't know what to say. It's disgusting.
I don't know if you remember this. This is before you became the deputy FBI director.
Oh, they arrested the pipe bomber. I don't know. So basically what they got on the pipe bomber guy is he bought these things, these pieces of a pipe bomb, a timer, 9-volt battery connectors over 2, maybe 3 years. And they may have his cell phone data close to the site on January 6th. And they may have a picture of his tag within a mile of the site on January 6th. There had to be a reason that no other FBI before the Trump administration moved on this. Like maybe it's not enough. Maybe something's flimsy. Maybe something's weird. Why would nobody else move on this? That's very strange. The FBI doesn't give a fuck a lot of times. Investigators, at least, don't give a fuck who's in charge, right? They want to break cases. They want to get convictions. They want to get arrests and be promoted.
You put a post on X right after this happened.
Seems very convenient that Trump's FBI is just like, we're going to figure it out. Oh, it was this guy.
And you said there's a massive cover-up because the person that planted those pipe bombs, they don't want you to know who it is because it's either a connected anti-Trump insider or an inside job. You said that, you know, long before you even thought of as deputy FBI director.
Yeah, that's why I said to you this
Yeah, remember it was somebody Biden paid to do there, or somebody at the FBI, remember?
Investigation's just begun. We are pretty comfortable. We have our guy. I think as the, again, legal process starts to surface and information, facts start to come out, the public's going to be very comfortable with
the thing that basically the press release said that somebody didn't have the data processing power. The only thing that I could figure out is maybe they used some type of new AI, right? But there was a report that came out that said they just didn't have the data processing power to look at like fucking, 5, 6, or even one state at a time and align all somebody's purchases. Maybe they fed it into some algorithm and got something out.
Investigation that was conducted under Director Patel and his leadership. He's been great on this. But I don't want to, listen, I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinions. That's clear. And one day I'll be back in that space. But that's not what I'm paid for now. I'm paid to be your deputy director, and we base investigations on facts. And, it was interesting. I was looking out in the crowd today at the presser, and I saw a couple of media figures who you and I both know who promoted the other scandal, the collusion hoax. And I thought to myself, the difference between us and them is, we evolve. As information and new inputs come out, we can produce different outputs because that's what we believe in. We believe in facts and investigations guided by facts. There were people out there in that crowd, I'm sure still believe in this collusion fairy tale hoax.
The collusion. He believes that the 2020 election was stolen. He ate all that up from Trump. He told the FBI he believed the 2020 election conspiracy theories. During interviews with the FBI, the 30-year-old confessed to planting the explosive devices near the Democratic Republican Party headquarters, 3 sources told NBC News. The man charged with planting 2 pipe bombs near the Democratic and Republican Party headquarters on the eve of January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol told the FBI he believed conspiracy theories about the 2020 election, according to 2 people familiar with the matter. Brian Cole Jr. is cooperating with the FBI. NBC News has reported citing a separate person familiar with the matter. Cole appeared in court Friday, one day after he was charged with leaving pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC in the hours before Donald Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. Trump falsely claimed the 2020 election was rigged. Cole confessed to planting the devices outside the party's headquarters in the hours before the Capitol attack. 3 people familiar with the matter told NBC News. The federal prosecutor said in court on Friday, suspect spoke with the government for more than 4 hours but did not reveal the contents of those discussions. Cole was charged with transporting the explosive device, attempting malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. According to charging documents, the FBI has not publicly cited a motive. In court on Friday, in a prison jumpsuit, Cole vowed to answer all questions asked honestly and told the judge he graduated from high school and hadn't had any alcohol or drugs that would impact his ability to understand what was happening to him. He added that he did not need a court-appointed attorney and hired his own. His attorney, John Shorman, did not immediately return a request for comment. The pipe bombs he's accused of planting were found the day of the January 6th riot. By the way, if it was somebody from the deep state insider club that's full of assassins and gunmen and Satanists, don't you think they could make pipe bombs that worked?
Who promoted the other scandal, the collusion hoax. And I thought to myself, the difference between us and them is, we evolve. As information and new inputs come out, we can produce different outputs because that's what we believe in. We believe in facts and investigation.
If he had any leftist belief. It seems like he believed the election was rigged, like Trump was saying, and he believed the only way to fix it was to go to anarchy, and like the people were going to take over and blah, 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 whatever. But, if he had any leftist ideology, that's what they'd be leading with. Now they're going to quietly say, "Oh, he's just a crazy guy." I don't even think he was political.
Hoax. And I thought to myself, the difference between us and them is, we evolve. As information and new inputs come out, we can produce different outputs because that's what we believe in. We believe in facts and investigations guided by facts. There were people out there in that crowd, I'm sure still believe in this collusion fairy tale hoax. So we'll see. We're going to be guided by the facts as this thing goes forward. And I can't stop the, leave the truck here without thanking the president. The president.
I don't know if you remember this. This is before you became the FBI director. You put a post on X right after this.
Such fucking cucks, dude. Also, I want to thank the president for helping me thank the president so I can thank him for being the president and helping me realize that he's the president. FBI arrests suspect in January 6 pipe bombing case. Federal officials arrested a man believed to have planted the pipe bombs in downtown D.C. the night before January 6, 2021. Riots at the U.S. Capitol, according to people familiar with the matter. Federal officials on Thursday arrested a man who's believed to have planted the pipe bombs in downtown Washington, D.C., near the DNC and RNC committee headquarters the night before the January 6, 2021 riots at the U.S. Capitol, according to 3 people familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss ongoing investigation. The arrest could bring closure to a mystery that has vexed. Remember, who was the news agency? Who was it that just recently came out and said that they thought it was some Democratic representative because of the walk they had? The arrest could bring closure to a mystery that has vexed law enforcement for 5 years, despite interviews with more than 1,000 people and video footage showing a person sitting on a bench removing what appears to be a pipe bomb from their bag. Officials have not been able to solve the crime. Top law enforcement officials, including Attorney General Pambani, are expected to speak about the arrest later Thursday. The FBI said the bombs were capable of hurting people had they been detonated, and that the discovery of these bombs apparently diverted law enforcement attention from U.S. Capitol before a mob breached on January 6 is a developing story and will be expanded. Insane, dude. A motive has not yet been identified, but 2 people familiar with the matter described Cole's political beliefs as extremists to the Washington Post, and MS Now reported the suspect has been tied to statements supporting anarchist ideology. And Cole expressed to the FBI that he believed the conspiracy theories that the 2020 election was stolen. People familiar with the matter told several outlets. I wonder if anybody got his Facebook. Let's see. I wonder if anybody got, he might not even have his social media, I guess. Was it the Blaze? They're like, oh, it's this female DC, or no, it was a cop for Congress, right? All you owe the Capitol officer, you freaks thought it was an apology. That's true. Goes to show how unreliable the Blaze and Steve Baker USA, as well as Joseph Henneman, lied to get clout. You all fell for it again. Wild. Planning the bombs and has indicated he supported President Trump, according to MS Now. He does kind of look like Steve Urkel. I'll give him that. Well, he told FBI that he planted the pipe bomb because he believed the 2020 election was stolen. Gee, where do you think he got that idea from? I don't know. That's wild. Either Blaze Media played us all catastrophically or the world is a stage and we're all just no-name extras. They just lied to you, you fucking retards. I can't believe that woman was getting death threats and shit. She's a Capitol police officer getting death threats over this. Some people think he's autistic. Not too often you get black bombers, huh? The items the kid purchased for the non-functional bomb was purchased in 2019. COVID wasn't even a real thing in 2019. It does seem weird that if he thought the election was stolen, why was he buying bomb parts way before the election even happened? Unless he was just building a bomb to use it at some point. Using his purchase record, cell phone data, and license plate info. It had to be they just had so much information that they couldn't run it. Like maybe they've just got millions and millions and they just don't have a program to dump all this in to filter out how many people bought this, and were in this vicinity at this time. Kind of deal, maybe. Fucking Palantir, man. I wonder if they really use some fucked up shit like they fucking downloaded everybody's Facebook goddamn messages or some shit. It's so this is from Cyber Egg account. It's so reassuring to know that our tax dollars are being used to fund psyops like the J6 DC pop bomber. The male crisis actor suspect they pretended to arrest has a female crisscross tightrope gait. Brian Cole Jr., 2 first names, invert, equals fake news. FBI stands for fuckery by inverts. They're not taking it well, I see. All right, guys, I got to be up at 8 a.m. in the morning, so I'm out. Thank you all for joining us. Please consider supporting the show. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the people who have supported the show recently. I know money's tight. I know it kind of sucks right now. Christmas coming up. But if you have extra and you want to support the show, do it. Keep the show afloat so we can pay the bills around here. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you all have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. We have a volunteer day at the campground tomorrow, so a bunch of people are showing up, equipment and shit. I got to be up early in the morning to do all that. So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one. Legend, remember where we part.
But I can tell you this.
The worst fucking rememberer, dude.
This particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believers? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong.
Yeah, because you forgot. You forgot about the fucking Batman one. Yeah, that's right.
That thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump and
Ultimate Batman was beating up Nazis, and you forgot all about it.
5G towers, cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Man, you can't get good workers these days. You just can't.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
Buy you books, send you to school, and you fuck the teacher.
Piss 'em off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You
better buckle up, cause you ain't.
I heard Trump was giving himself the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Is that true?
I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. This is my arms and alcohol. Give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. It's the off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go. I think I started some shit. It's the off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They rework and copy on Cox that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, sending runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience. It's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night?
Oh, I forgot I banned the net gun person at the first of chat.
All you fucking cretins about baby eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit.
Good night, guys.
Cause I hear busting the griffs. Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's the off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement. And I won't even give out your dime store handle because that's really pathetic.